It's your boy MEGA down to the Z Lil Magazine. You tuned into Anything Musical every Wednesday. So you can follow them on Twitter or Facebook at CITEZW. CITEZW. Don't forget that. It's the hottest show in town. Respect.
Welcome to Anything Musical. My name is Beefactor, the Beefactor. This is Asake Music, Asake Online. Do follow us on Twitter at CITEZW. Do follow us on Facebook at Center for Innovation and Technology. Today on the show, I'm joined by the award-winning artist Novuyo. She's popular known for the song Wambelela and RAEOO. Novuyo, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Right, Novuyo, let's talk about your music, your journey. Take us back to the first day you started music.
Alright, so basically I started when I was very young, yes. So then before, I didn't have confidence in my voice. So I would literally hide behind my sisters and always be a backing vocalist all the time. So, but then I started gaining confidence when I took my first step. I had toured Mozambique with Umoja. So then it so happened that my twin sister, her voice went, and then no one knew the song except me, so I was forced to sing the song. So that's when I started gaining confidence, and then I said, oh, okay, I got potential, because a lot of people, were saying, you were great, you got such an amazing voice, and I didn't even know. So then I kept pushing. 2014, me and my sisters and Novuyo started our own band called One Stand, and then from then I never looked back. But still, the confidence was still lacking. But then 2015, that's when I said, let me try and then surprisingly, I got the overall title for the year. And from onwards, I never looked back. That's when it went on and went on until today.
First day I got audition, Step Right.
Okay.
How was it? Which song did you sing, Step Right? First two auditions out.
The funny thing is, I didn't even want to audition. I went there, the intention was to watch. But when I got there, my friend forced me to audition, and she even paid for me. So I auditioned. I remember I sang Mr. Jailer by Asa. And then the judges made me sing another song. So I thought maybe I didn't do well. So then I had to sing Mercy Gray, I Try. And then what I saw was smiles on their faces. I didn't know whether I did good or bad, but then when I got off stage, they started playing I Try. And then everyone was like, wow, wow, wow. So I was like, okay. It was scary. I was nervous, but it all turned out well. The next thing, I got a call that I had qualified for the next round.
How did it feel for you as a girl?
Ooh, it was an amazing experience. I was so overwhelmed at the same time, because one, I was the first first female ever to take the title. And then secondly, I was the first person ever from Bulawayo to win the title as well. So it felt like an achievement, a big one for me, because it was my first biggest achievement, and I suddenly started gaining recognition. So it was a very good stepping stone for me.
So far, in terms of Bulawayo music, how can you rate Bulawayo music in terms of where are we, a scale of 1 to 10? Bulawayo music.
That's a hard one. Bulawayo music is great. It's amazing. To be honest, we have improved. We've grown so much. I mean, check now, at least some of our artists are being recognized internationally. Talk of Temi Moyo, talk of Japreza, talk of XQ, just to mention a few. So outside
international, you toured China.
Yeah.
How was the experience? Take us through the experience of touring China as a Bulawayo girl. Just one step right now, you touring China. How did it feel for you?
It wasn't that amusing, because it wasn't my first international tour. Before, I toured Germany, I toured Austria, I toured Russia with Indom Zumkangala, I toured Mozambique, I toured South Africa with Umoja. So it wasn't that amusing, because it wasn't really my first time to go out there. But then for China, it was also a good experience. I mean, though there were some challenges in terms of language, like language barrier, you know, to communicate with the other people, because there were lots of countries involved in the cultural exchange program. So there was a lot of, because some countries didn't even know how to speak English. So, but then it was a good experience to actually learn a bit of, words in other languages, like Korea, like even in China. So yeah, I'd say it was everything in one. The experience, you know, getting to meet lots of people. It was okay. It was okay.
Speaking of Ntombi, it's a branch out, Sandra Ndere's branch out. Some people have described you, Novuyo, as someone who's like Sandra Ndebele, the African queen, the Ndebele queen. How do you feel about working with Sandra Ndebele, and how do you describe your presence in your life, in your career?
You know what? I've gotten that a lot. That's actually true. I'm so grateful for Sandra because she taught me a lot. I got into the industry, I was very young when I started working with her. So I didn't even know anything because I dance as well. So I didn't know traditional dances. That's where I got to learn all these sorts of traditional dances. And yeah, she's been a real inspiration